The Annihilators, the new gods of Arena, but will they stand up to War and Crucible? We're gonna talk about that in this video. We will also do Arena though, so don't be worried. We'll show how they will rock the Arena, right? Their tags are heavily gated behind Arena, as they should be, otherwise the team would be far too much. Elsewhere though, I don't really see this team having the same impact, say, Secret Defenders had, or Black Order, or Infinity Watch. Not on that magnitude of Arena team, but the pieces of the team elsewhere, very interesting. And I'll be interested to know your feedback in the comment section below. I look forward to getting to you. And if you do like this video, please make sure you leave it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's talk about the Annihilators. Alright guys, here we're in the arena. We're just going to do a quick look at what you could pretty much expect the arena to somewhat be like. For those with Mephisto, and for those without Mephisto, it's a simple sub. You sub out like Mephisto for Apocalypse, or Skrull for Apocalypse, and you go from there. We do have Gladiator protecting us from the opening exposed Mephisto puts out, which is why we could use these mythical characters. So you just got to kind of take your pick. I kind of like Skrull, I think. Doesn't really do much on the rewind, stuff like that, but he's got the interesting ultimate. I'll throw Apocalypse in here for now, but because the enemy has a Mephisto, I have to use the Play Test Mephisto as well. I will say this is a sizable punch-up. I left my Annihilators at 5 stars. My Mephisto is Gear Tier 15, apparently. Which I think is fine. I'd prefer it to show like this, right? So, let's get the exhaust on everybody. And then we're going to get some big damage on our Gladiator right out the gate. And what this match normally comes down to, like, you could definitely lose it. But what it feels like the match normally comes down to is, does your Thanos get pushed in such a way that he is then able to take all the enemy buffs away, right? But you see, our Apocalypse, he didn't get the speed, but that was because Gladiator was about 50% life. So had I had a bigger team, my Apocalypse would have just straight up killed Gladiator there. And then this match is pretty much over at that point. But let's see where we're going to get here. Alright, I would love to not be hitting Gladiator right now, but I don't really got a choice. My opponent also has Ares on defense instead of like Ultimus or Surfer or his own Apocalypse or something like that, which I think is unfortunate for testing reasons, but it is what it is. I'm ranked 2 right now, kind of stuck attacking who I can. So, after I kill an Annihilator, what I want to do is I want to go for the Mephisto. The reason being, like, if we go for Thanos or Gore or even Ares at this point, we're likely to push the enemy Thanos to his 50%, and then he's going to take all our buffs away, and then from there it's going to be a big problem, right? So, I go straight for the Mephisto. He took all our buffs away with his ultimate there anyway. But I like to go straight for the Mephisto. Get him dead as soon as Gladiator's gone, and then we go from there. With Skrull, it's a much longer fight, I should say. Not a little bit. It's a much longer fight. You end up kind of killing everybody evenly, which I guess is not really the greatest feeling in the world, right? But nonetheless, it doesn't seem like there's going to be some sort of stone wall for Arena. It doesn't feel like, hey, well, no, if they have diamonds and you have like 5 red stars, you're probably looking at a bad time. But my point is, it doesn't seem like it's going to ruin the arena with this new Crucible meta coming. It's going to be the same thing as it currently is, right? It's like, hey, do you have Mephisto? No? Okay, well, you can fight with everyone who doesn't have Mephisto, right? We'll see if Odin brings something similar to that. But I think where I'm more interested in testing these guys is basically everywhere else, right? Like, I want to see how these guys function in War. I won't be able to do any Crucible testing, but we'll be able to gauge from the War testing how good in Crucible they'll be. Especially I want to throw in like Ultimus and Surfer. In Arena, there's not really room for that, I don't think. I think Ultimus and Surfer get subbed right away. But elsewhere, I think that there's a lot of interesting things that they can bring to certain counters. So, let's go do that. Alright, let's start this test off against Infestation. Merely because I just want to kind of showcase, like, this team's probably going to be great. We're going to see in a little bit. But I don't expect them to beat the gimmicky war teams that have gimmicky answers, right? I suspect the Infestation team is going to walk over us here. Alright, so yeah, it's not Arena anymore, so we can get Trauma. Alright, Gladiator doing a really good job taking the hits, but I think Thanos might die here. Oh, close. 5-star Thanos. Oh, Gladiator's so close to dying. 5-star Gladiator, he's now gone. Passive procs. We're gonna have to sit through these evades. These dodges, rather. Blinds, rather. Oh my god. I'm all over the place. We got a mind control. Let's try and get rid of her, I guess. Not even close. So I'm actually surprised that they lived this long. They took the beating really, really well, which means that they're going to have some interest elsewhere. But yeah, Infestation, didn't expect them to win. Kind of happy they don't. All right, let's test against Xtreme Rogue. I mean, this is a very beefy team that's going to have a lot of upfront burst against this Annihilator team. We'll be able just to face tank it and move on. Not being maxed out like they're maxed out. Let's find out. Starting with defense up is nice, but it could be exploited from some teams, right? Like on the defensive side. That's some damage right there. Holy. Alright. So Gore is dead before he gets turned. Now this is where it gets painful, right? Because you really, really, really want Thanos to be the one who gets pushed. So he would take all those buffs off. But because they didn't focus Thanos, it went bad. That's why I have Thanos beside Gladiator, but not really doing us much help here, is it? Gladiator does his own little stuff, which is nice. See if we can one-shot the Nightcrawler. Ooh, not even close. That's not good. That's not good at all. Well, that's a wrap, so not looking super good so far. Maybe this team is going to be best peeled apart. Let's try a couple more full teams first. All right, let's try this giant spider size. Let's use some crimson gear on these guys. We'll see how this goes. We shall see. I'm starting to lose a little bit of faith. As a full team, I've already found great use for Ultimus. Plug and play. I can definitely see a pre-taunting Infinity Watchtower character be great. Thanos in the face of somebody who can instantly push him will be amazing. Like, let's see that right here. There we go. Because we were able to get Thanos pushed right away. His passive procs, all their buffs are gone. Still gets beat up a little bit. They're getting all their buffs back. Spider Society is a menace. Alright, let's see what we can do now. Spider Society is just too crazy. They might actually just be too crazy a team. They're too dialed up. We got an ability block. We'll throw it here for no reason. Alright, we got some strips. That's nice. Yikes. Alright, what can our Ultimus do to Penny here? He is 7 red. Alright, and that's the kind of stuff I've been doing with just solo Ultimus, so good to see that he hasn't lost any of his potency by being on the team. Penny goes down. We're still waiting for Thanos to take a goddamn turn. Here he goes. Good expose, or sorry, good trauma, good stun. Damn, Thanos got wrecked by that Pav, though. All I really feel like I'm doing right now is just showing how stupid Spider Society is. But I think we got it. Look at those heals from Peter. Maybe not. Alright, good job, Ultimus. Ultimus, the carry of the team, I guess. Oops, I whiffed that. Oh no. Noir and Ghost are too strong. Mind control. Yeah! Use their strength against them. Oh, come on. AI dodge, get out of here. This is still very losable. Alright, mind control, go. I don't think mind control can be dodged. There we go. And now we'll wrap it up. Alright, so they beat Spider Society. Probably not in a live war during the current season, but next season we'll find something. Alright, so it hasn't been going great so far, but let's try New Avengers. This is a punch down, but only because the stats of the new characters are crazy, right? Like, these are still 5-star characters on the new guys. Let's see how this goes. That was some good bouncing for us, for sure. Ultimus comes in here. He'll get dodge a bunch, but he'll actually also get that ass kicking into. I love Ultimus so much. Nasty rewind. But we still got our Infinity Watch-esque tank doing his thing. Eventually Thanos will have higher damage. That'll actually be a good thing, right? He'll take all their buffs away. Tiger with ult. Deadly, deadly. Not looking good for the bad guys. We're going to flip all negative effects, but it won't because we have trauma. This will flip positives, though. I'd rather remove positives. Okay. Let's go ahead and put an ability block over on the Mockingbird here. Got rid of the Tiger, too. Okay. We lost our Ultimus. We got knocked low enough, though, that happened. That's good. Use the special here. It's a stun. It's kind of wasted, obviously. Kind of hoping those bleeds would have pushed the Thanos. I'm a little worried Thanos just straight up dies. Oof, you hate to see it. Gore gone. Gore losing a thing as a goddamn travesty is what it is. Yeah, well, we got offense up on our Surfer now. He obliterates the thing, which is nice. Okay, it's just basic. AoE. Colson gets a little bit low. Thanos refusing to drop. Like, that big health pool working against him in a big way here. All the barrier and everything, it's actually working against them. It's, if it wasn't ruining the match, it'd be funny. Yeah, like if it wasn't actually making this matchup suck, it'd be kind of funny, but... Steal those buffs. Still has the taunt. There we go. Thanos is going to take his passive. It annihilates everybody. The team kind of lives and dies off the Thanos passive trigger. Find ways to make that work for us. Last but not least, let's try them up against the Alpha Flight team. Again, this is a punch down, but only because of the power of my team's characters, not because they're built to the same level or higher. In fact, they're built much lower. Let's see here, though. Alright, we could ult. We just won't have offense up. I'll wait. I'm hoping that Thanos gets pushed here. Well, he got pushed. He got pushed, alright. Right into the graveyard. Let's talk about it. Hey, my first impressions of the unit here, maybe I'm playing it wrong, but it feels very lackluster as a unit. I'm definitely seeing the hole in this team is that Thanos passive. That Thanos passive doesn't proc. You don't get to remove all their buffs, and you don't get a big heal and do all that, blah, 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 blah. It's an absolute nightmare. Going up against that at a time. We're going to get crushed here, which I think it is what it is, right? Will we strip the charges off Black Knight? No. Did I do the wrong ability? It's possible I did the wrong ability. Let's re-up it. Try again. Or maybe it was deflected. Because I know this is another team that I think people were interested in, right? Because what we would love to have is another Black Knight counter. And with Gore stripping charges, you would kind of hope for that, but maybe not. What I will say, Gore obviously is going to have plug-and-play potential. Like, Hive Mind Sus can now definitely include Gore over... he's a villain. Red Goblin Carnage, not really replaceable, are they? Ultimus has used. Surfer, I was already skeptical of Surfer. I don't think he's going to be getting used. Thanos, kind of just be a plug-and-play everywhere, because this will clear charged. This one does not clear charge. Okay, so I made a mistake. Let's do the special. I don't know if that was resisted or what, but that was bad. Try one more time to clear the charge. Got defense up. I knew Surfer wasn't going to do that. Well, a little disappointing. That's a little disappointing. I'm not willing to write this team off the way I was willing to write off, like, Alpha Flight or Illuminati before they buffed them, though. It doesn't feel the same. It's not great. It's certainly not great for War as a unit. We're going to have to do a much, much, much deeper dive into these characters' kits to see where we can position them. Surfer, I think, he's a lost cause. Ultimus is a goddamn G. Gladiator will do what Gladiator does. Maybe we end up putting him do stuff with, like, Doom and all crap like that. We gotta find use for Gore, man. He's too cool to be just an arena character. And like Thanos, when that happens, Thanos is great. But otherwise, let's go look at their kits real quick. All right, let's go through these kits. We're gonna look for whatever a hidden gem might be among them. I don't think there's anything for Surfer. Obviously, there's throwing negative effects back, stripping them. There's a really powerful disrupt, plus defense down to adjacents. There is clearing charge, but the people who have charge normally have a crazy amount of resist, which Surfer, even with a Cosmic Hero, which he doesn't have with Annihilators, can't really seem to get through. The ability block would be nice. At only 126 speed, he didn't get enough. He needed to get up to like 130 speed to have some sort of interesting plug-and-play use. I'm not seeing it. Gaining defense up on spawn can actually be a bad thing against a team that can flip it, like A4s or like New Avengers, stuff like that. Or sorry, not New Avengers, New Warriors. Not really seeing much use for a Surfer. Now, Ultimus, people already been playing with Ultimus. Look, the mind control is amazing in Dark Dimension. It's going to be amazing in the coming Legendary event. The special hits really, really hard. We did see aspects of that. Copy and clearing the positive effects is nice as well. And then the ultimate absolutely demolishes people. Like, if you can't get the offense up, definitely loses a lot of its might. But people have been having so much fun with this guy on the live server. Being that he's cheap on diamonds makes it all the better. And his passive is basically useless, right? It's like Kree bullshit, and then, hey, he gets speed bar when somebody taunts. He is definitely worth building super high. Let's get to the new character. We'll start with Gladiator. So on his basic, he's doing splash damage to primary and adjacents. He is, if he's 50% or more, applying offense down. If not, he gets drain. It's pretty boring, right? His special does clear all barrier. It flips all negative effects on him and his team, not his allies. Attacks all enemies. If he's above 50% life or more, he'll clear all positive effects. I wonder how likely that'll be if he's not on his team and he's not getting whatever it is they're giving. Well, he's kind of giving himself everything, right? Defense up, immunity, safeguard. So maybe his special will primarily be clearing all positive effects, which would be nice. He'll apply safeguard to himself or his team. If this character is below 50% life, apply immunity and regeneration. You wouldn't want that. That would take away his value, right? So a smaller Gladiator's special, I think, is a lot less valuable than a big Gladiator, because the likelihood that they will drop below 50% is pretty high. All right. If he's above 50% on the ultimate, he will gain barrier, generate energy. He'll heal himself for a shit ton anyway, which is nice. He'll heal his teammates for a lot, which is nice. He'll attack the primary, and it gains crit chance if he's below. It'll reduce the speed bar. So, a small one on the second turn at least will do that. But a big one on the second turn will probably do that as well. Or if you can find a way to give him energy so he does that. So, like, the speed, on the special, you would want him to be above, so he flips buffs. On the... Oh, no, wait, this is health or more. Oh. They just inverted the way it is. So if it's lower, it's barrier and energy. If it's higher, it's speed bar. So you just want a big-ass Gladiator. All right, makes sense. The on-spawn stuff is where he gets all of his, like, juice from, right? The taunt, immunity, safeguard, and defense up is huge. If he's below 50%, he heals. If he is dropped to 30% health, he'll gain regeneration, and he will gain stealth, clearing his taunt. And then it's a lot of arena stuff. Okay, so Gladiator is like, interesting plug-and-play stuff. All right, let's go to Thanos Inc. Because Gore is the one I'm most interested in finding plug-and-play use. I can already tell you what Thanos is going to be. Thanos is going to be like, find a way to get him pushed, and he's going to crush people. Let's go through it anyway. Attack primary for 300, heal block, and 2 bleeds, reducing speed bar. So interesting striker attack, right? For sure. It's like a two-turn special, whatever you want to call it. Bury yourself and all allies. That's big. He's got a lot of life. Play expose and trauma for 2 turns and stun. This is a stun that happens regardless of like other stuff we've seen, like barrier or whatever kind of crap have you. So that's a low cooldown stun is nice. Copy all negative effects on this character and each ally to the primary. That's big. Chain to 5 adjacent enemies for 300% damage, and apply offense down for 2 turns. Counterattacks break this chain. All right, then the ultimate. Clear all negative effects on self, gain offense up, attack all enemies, piercing, reduce duration. This was that decay effect, taking like all buffs down from 2 stacks, which is really nice. He's very, very powerful. Man, there were so many times where he wasn't really getting turns, and at 123 speed, you understand why. There's got to be use for this guy. I'm thinking him and Gladiator might go off and be a duo somewhere. Try and get him pushed, maybe with some 3 harder hitters, faster hitters than Ultimus. Maybe people that can elevate his speed. Let's check Gore real quick, and maybe Gore will make that 3-piece. Maybe it'll be the 3 new characters. Surfer, you build up just for legendary event. Ultimates, he kind of goes off and does his own thing. But let's see. Gore, he'll clear all charge and apply defense down on his basic. That's huge. But we saw it get resisted on the full team where he had the 1000% focus. So on his special, he applies ability block. Adjacents get heal block. Clear all charge and revive once. Clear all stun and ability block on the Annihilators and Symbiotes. And the attack cannot be dodged or blocked. Okay. The ultimate, if any enemy has charge, fill this character's speed bar by 20%, attack all enemies for 320% piercing, and clear charge, defense up, evade, and revive. So actually, I didn't make a mistake against the Black Knight. He either blocked it or he resisted it twice. Apply safeguard for 2 turns itself and all Annihilator allies. Clear battlefield effects. It's got to be used for this guy too. The clearing charge, the 129 speed, right? I think that's what he is. 129 speed, clearing charge, ability block, heal block. I don't care too much about the ability block, the defense up, evade. The clearing evade is crazy. It's turn 1 ability. Clearing battlefield effects. There's going to be a crazy use for this guy. I just can't put my finger on it yet. On spawn, gain charge barrier for 20% of max health. On a death, gain 1 charge. Characters killed by Gore cannot be revived. On turn, this character has 4 more charge. Okay. There's got to be a 3-piece play we can do here, because Gore needs the focus, right? Where's he getting that focus from? Gain 250% focus for each Annihilator. There's got to be a place, so he would get, he would only get 500 with them, but that's still quite a bit. Man, I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed. By a little, I mean a lot. I wish Gore was better. I don't really care about endgame Thanos, because Thanos kind of had his time in the game, but Gore, I wish was a lot better. I don't, like... The speed meta is so crazy. It's so powerful. The resist meta on top of it, when you think about like Black Knight, it's very obnoxious, right? We were punching up on everything. Like it showed a punch down, but we were punching up from stars. I'm trying to justify it because I want Gore to be really good, but this felt really, really bad. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm gonna be testing this more, but my first impression is meh. And, like, for war, there's 10 rooms. So, I mean, you'd find use for them. You'd beat up, like, hell, you'd go beat up an Asgardian dorm. No problem. Heroes for Hire, I imagine, would be a pretty easy win. Stuff like that. But that's just not really exciting. And if that's their limit, then in Crucible, they're definitely not going to do anything, right? Like, we've had Ultimates doing some things every once in a while. I gotta imagine that Thanos is going to come in and do something spectacular with that passive, but he has to get pushed. Otherwise, he's slow. Like, 123 doesn't seem slow, but it's slow. With all the other characters from the past meta, I know they're moving away from speed, but characters now getting speed bar and speed up. It just neuters these guys regardless of their stats. Arena, completely different story. Gods of Arena. War Crucible leaves a lot to be desired. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Bye for now.
That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.
Alright, I went back, I juiced up the Annihilators here. They're all 7 stars, now everything else is the same. We're gonna try Alpha Flight one more time. Because I thought there was like a window of opportunity here at some point. If Thanos doesn't die. So let's see what happens if Thanos doesn't die here. Defense up gets flipped. Let's just do the special for now. So close to dying. Holy close to dying. But then, yeah, they lose all their stuff. Well, they don't lose all of it. That's a lot of damage. Scaling issue, then? Is that what we're thinking, guys? I guess this is fine, right? Because, man, I really want them to move away from the speed meta. I hate the speed meta. So if this team really only becomes super viable in war as a team, I think it'll still have use as pieces elsewhere. Once they're, like, maxed out, I guess that's fine. Because this is still technically, like, the most recent war defense team. Right? It's like 2 patches removed. It's not that bad. Man, I really want to like this team. I really want to like this team, but it's making it hard. Let's try something else. Okay, so this Xtreme team is still way bigger than mine. Like, we've seen Crimson Gear and all of them. So let's see how this will go now. Because I think the Xtreme team is a good example. Nightcrawler in particular is a good example of like speed meta unhinged, where it just went way, way, way too far. So let's see how this plays out now. Alright, that's good. Not really, because we're just going to redo it all, right? So probably want to move Thanos away in this particular case. Let's keep going, though. Why did... Is Sunspot faster than Rogue? Oh, Jesus, that's not great. That's not great at all. Let's get as many dodges off as we can, I guess. Yikes. Okay. Alright, Forge is gone. Gambit's gonna kill everybody, though. Oof. 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 Well,